Hello, Gemini. How are all my Geminis out there? My name is Crystal. For the channel, Tarot Me Please. Coming at you for a general reading for the week of April 10th, 2023. This is a general reading for all my Geminis out there. Please take what resonates and leave the rest to the universe. I've just laid down your cards before your very eyes. And now I'm about to flip them. But before I do that, I'm just going to calm down a little bit. Let the energies flow and settle and go through these cards. Let them be absorbed. And yeah, slow down my breath. Close my eyes. You're welcome to do the same. And get ready. Get ready for what the cards have to say. Right? Okay, with that being said, let's do it. Gemini, what is your energy gonna be this week? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. See, that tells me that you're going to have a very mature, grounded, feminine approach to things this week. You're going to be embodied by the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is a resourceful person. Queen of Pentacles is motherly, generous, sensible, nurturing, and practical, because the pentacles represent earth energy. Yeah, down to earth energy. Nice. That's how you're going to be this week, Gemini. What is the energy that's going to be crossing you? Oh, okay. You're going to be on the defensive, and I'm thinking at work, but it can also be in a personal relationship, but I'm thinking at work, because oftentimes this card, the Seven of Wands, comes up in a work reading, and because the Seven of Wands has to do with competition and perseverance, defending yourself, protecting your position. Could be a work situation. It could be a relationship situation as well. Or it could be about money, you know. Let's look further. Let's go to your recent past, Gemini. Okay, that's the High Priestess. Gemini, recently, either you were the High Priestess or you came into contact with somebody embodying that energy. The High Priestess is extremely intuitive. You know, she's surrounded by secrecy, and she listens to her inner voice, this High Priestess. And she's very wise. She knows that the truth lies within oneself. So instead of depending on her brain or her heart, she listens to her gut instinct. And she finds the truth there. So was that you, Gemini, in the recent past, or did you meet somebody like this? Let me pull some more cards for clarity. Immediate future. What does that have? The Tower. Okay, so this is a major arcana card, as this is as well. So the Tower, you know, you've probably seen it before. You're one of these people, okay, Gemini, and this is it's an ill-constructed tower that you were in for a little bit. And but you weren't meant to be here for a length of time. It was just supposed to be temporary. And but if you do stay in it longer than intended, then the tower is going to eject you out of it through like lightning striking or whatever like that. And so either you stay in the tower and get burned to death and get smashed, or you jump out. Okay, because this tower wasn't constructed solidly. So I'm thinking, Gemini, that in your life, in whatever realm it is, if it's work, if it's a relationship, it's like you've overstayed the time that you were supposed to stay. And so the universe is giving you a nudge. It's like, okay, you got to move on, Gemini. You can't stay there forever. It was only supposed to be temporary. So don't get too comfortable, because you're not supposed to stay there. So it's the universe giving you a nudge. Okay, it's time to move on. And it's probably not going to feel too pleasant. I'm not going to lie, but it's there for your own good. Let's look at your conscious mind this week, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. You are going to be faced with many choices. You're going to have to be making decisions. And this card, the Seven of Cups, is about illusions. It's about fear of commitment. So this is you, Gemini, and you're faced with all these cups, and some of the cups have good things and some of them don't. You can see from the the snake and the whatever. And, all these cups are like really shiny, right? But that saying, all that glitters isn't gold? Okay, that's very apt for this card. It's like the illusion card. You might think that you're picking something, because of the luster of the gold. But see, look at that. Look at that card if you can see it. It's a gold cup. And it has a laurel in it, which represents victory and success. But then if you look closely at the cup, it's got skull and crossbones there. You know what I mean? So it's like, look closely before leaping. Look before, because, whatever you choose, you're going to be with it for a while. And so here you are looking at all these choices, and, you can't decide. And you're thinking, well, if I choose something and, it looks good, but what if it doesn't end up being what I wanted? I'm going to be stuck with it. So you're like going through this fear of commitment thing. So it's like too many choices, you're kind of spoiled for choice here. And I'm wondering what kind of choices are facing you this week, Gemini. Does it have to do with relationships? Dating, or does it have to do with jobs? Are you being offered multiple jobs? Something. You're having to decide on, like, to pick between like a number of things here. So yeah, let's look at your unconscious, Gemini. Oh wow, that's beautiful. The Sun card. It's a beautiful card to pull. As it hints, just from the picture, the Sun card is all about success and the truth and honesty and happiness and vitality, prosperity, optimism, confidence, all that good stuff, right? I mean, it's a beautiful card. When things are bright and vibrant, when people are smiling, and there's no snakes or anything around, then it's good, right? The red in the picture represents abundance and power, and the white in tarot represents innocence and being able to take that leap of faith. So, yeah. It's wonderful. This is in your unconscious, Gemini. Let's look further. Let's go to your hopes and fears. Okay. You're hoping for justice. Okay, so it could be that some of you Geminis watching are going through some sort of court process, some sort of legality, and you're hoping that, you know, justice will prevail. And when I see this card here, I'm like, okay, because this is all about truth and happiness and just all the good stuff coming to light. And this card has to do with justice, like justice prevails, like, you know, justice is served, you know, that things are made right, whatever wrongs are made right. This is what you're hoping for. Either that or you have a Libran on your mind, because the Justice card is Libran energy. But I'm more likely to think that this Justice card has to do with the law, or like maybe you having been accused of something. Because see, this tower here is not is no joke. I mean, this tower card, let me close that window here. This tower card here is serious. It's like, you know, it's shaking you up. It's some sort of upheaval in your life that you're having to deal with. It's like fate. And then, you know, this Justice card coming out in your hope. It's like, okay, well, something bad happened, and so you're hoping that justice will come out of it, like the truth will come out. So I see these two cards, and well, actually these three cards, really very related. It's like in the back of your mind, you're like, you know, I want to be happy, I want to be truthful, I want the, you know, things to be out in the open, you know, and this is like something happening to you, shaking you up a bit, and then here's you hoping for things to turn out right, like karma, like, you know, consequences for what, whoever did what, you know. That's what I'm seeing. Let's now go to your influence on the matter, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you're going to be, your energy is going to be that of the Knight of Swords. If you can see in the picture here, the Knight of Swords is charging with his horse. He's charging like crazy. Look at his horse. Look at the expression on his horse's face. It's a little bit distressed there. But you're charging like crazy. You're all like talking. Like the Knight of Swords is a fast talker. And swords represent air energy, and Gemini, you're an air sign, so this is very, and you're ruled by Mercury, Gemini, so you're all about the, you know, the thinking, the words, the communication, and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I see this Knight of Swords very linked to Gemini energy. Yeah, the Knight of Swords is very focused, opinionated, direct, impatient, daring. They're a perfectionist, you know. So from what I can see here, you're a good talker. Like, you know, you're good with your words. You talk a lot, is what I'm thinking. And that's very Gemini, very mercurial. Gemini, did you know that there's, speaking of mercurial and communication, Gemini, did you know that there's Mercury retrograde coming up? I believe it's coming up on starting April 21st, which isn't this coming week, but I think it's the following, or maybe the week after, but it's coming up. And so since Virgos like me and Geminis like you are ruled by Mercury, the communication stuff is going to be affected, isn't it? Anyway, I don't want to digress, but let's now go to the external influence. Okay, somebody around you. Now, this is you, Gemini. You're going to be the fast-talking, you know, daring, opinionated person. But the person around you, maybe your loved ones, maybe your partner, maybe your colleagues, they're going to be worried. See, the Nine of Swords, they're going to be worried, and I'm thinking they're worried about you. And I'm thinking it has to do with this justice thing. Like somebody did somebody wrong. Somebody done somebody wrong. And so there's all this upheaval and all this chaos and all this worrying involved. Yeah. Having said all that, let's now look at the final outcome card as it looks at the moment. It could change, but at this moment, what does it look like? Oh wow. Okay, that's the Two of Pentacles. That's the multitasking card. The Two of Pentacles has to do with choices and priorities. Has to do with adaptability. Has to do with flexibility. Yeah. So, I mean, whatever decision comes up, whatever decision comes out, you're gonna adapt to it. You're gonna adjust and adapt as needed. So, I mean, hypothetically speaking, like, if you get evicted from your house or something, if you get ejected from your house, then you're gonna be adapting to the changes, like, having to move, find a new place, a new town to live in, new people to live with, whatever. You're gonna be adaptable, which is, I kind of see that as a big possibility, because whenever I think of Geminis, I'm thinking like fast thinking, like, but they don't take themselves way too seriously like Virgos do. And, they kind of like go with the flow. And so this adaptability card, I can see that. I can see that totally possible with you, Gemini. Like, if life throws you a curve, then you adapt to it, You don't let it break you, is what I'm trying to say. That's my spin on it anyway. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope I made sense. I hope you're able to make sense of my words. But anyhow, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope this reading resonated with you, and if it did, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Tarot Me Please. Again, my name is Crystal. It was a pleasure doing your reading. Hope you have a great week ahead. Take care.